When your family's net worth is more than many countries' gross domestic products, there stands a chance it is amongst the richest families in the world. Family wealth is more than an individual striking it rich. It is both systemic and generational. In this video, we will be discussing about one such family, i.e. the Rothschilds, the richest family in the world. The Rothschild family net worth. The Rothschild family's net worth is difficult to estimate, as it is a private family and does not release financial information. The Rothschild family's wealth is mainly derived from various sources, including banking, finance, real estate, and investments. The Rothschild family's wealth peaked in the 19th century, but it has declined somewhat since then. Check out the Walton family's net worth. The Rothschild family's net worth is $1.2 trillion, according to various media platforms. The Rothschild family is one of the wealthiest families in the world, but their exact net worth is difficult to determine. Some estimates put their current net worth at $1.2 trillion. The Rothschild family net worth is over $1.2 trillion, according to Forbes. Rothschilds also owns $14 billion worth of bitcoins. Rise of the Rothschilds. Our story begins in the late 18th century, a time of great upheaval in Europe. The Rothschild family's rise to prominence can be traced back to the 5 sons of Mayer Amschel Rothschild, who hailed from the small town of Frankfurt, Germany. Born into a modest Jewish family, they would go on to establish a banking dynasty that would span across continents. The first of the Rothschild brothers, Mayer Amschel, laid the foundation for their success by becoming a respected moneylender. His connections with European nobility and astute financial acumen set the stage for his son's future endeavors. The 5 brothers, Amschel, Solomon, Nathan, Carl, and James, established banking operations in Frankfurt, Vienna, London, Naples, and Paris, respectively. This strategic network allowed them to facilitate international trade and finance, making the Rothschilds an indispensable part of the European financial landscape. The Rothschilds and the Napoleonic Wars. The Rothschild family's meteoric rise to wealth and power was closely intertwined with the tumultuous events of the Napoleonic Wars. Nathan Rothschild, stationed in London, played a pivotal role during this period. In 1815, Nathan famously received insider information about the outcome of the Battle of Waterloo ahead of the official news. He used this information to manipulate the London Stock Exchange, acquiring vast quantities of British government bonds. When the news of Britain's victory arrived, bond prices soared and Nathan's fortunes skyrocketed. This episode marked the Rothschild family's reputation for financial prowess and their uncanny ability to profit from geopolitical events. Their influence over European governments and their financial operations made them indispensable to both royalty and politicians. Banking and finance. The Rothschilds were more than just bankers. They were financial innovators who helped shape the modern financial system. They introduced concepts like international banking, bond markets, and currency exchange rates that we take for granted today. The family's close collaboration, facilitated by their strategic locations across Europe, allowed them to coordinate their financial activities effectively. This gave them an edge in handling large-scale loans for governments and monarchs. Their ability to move money across borders and navigate complex financial markets made them indispensable to European governments in times of crisis. The Rothschilds were instrumental in funding infrastructure projects, including the construction of railways and canals, which played a significant role in Europe's Industrial Revolution. The family's wealth was on full display with their lavish estates and extravagant lifestyles. They became known for their opulent palaces, art collections, and social gatherings with royalty and dignitaries. The Rothschilds and alleged conspiracies. The immense wealth and influence of the Rothschild family have led to numerous conspiracy theories over the years. Some have claimed that they secretly control governments, manipulate world events, and even possess hidden agendas. The Rothschilds are often portrayed as the puppet masters behind the scenes, pulling the strings of world affairs to serve their interests. It's essential to distinguish between fact and fiction. While the Rothschilds were indeed influential in financial circles, many conspiracy theories lack credible evidence. Such narratives often rely on stereotypes and anti-Semitic tropes, which are harmful and unfounded. These conspiracy theories have persisted for centuries, but they have been thoroughly debunked by historians and scholars. The Rothschilds were certainly influential, but they were not omnipotent puppet masters controlling the world. It's crucial to approach the Rothschild family's history with a critical and balanced perspective, separating fact from fiction. The legacy of the Rothschilds. The Rothschild family's influence gradually waned in the 20th century. Banking regulations, changes in the global financial landscape, and the dissolution of empires all played a role in their decline. However, the legacy of the Rothschilds endures. Many of the institutions they founded still exist today, albeit under different names and ownership. Their contributions to finance and philanthropy have left a lasting impact on the world. In conclusion, the Rothschild family's story is a fascinating blend of financial acumen, strategic networking, and historical circumstance. They rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential financial dynasties in history. While their wealth and influence are undeniable, it's essential to separate fact from fiction when it comes to the numerous conspiracy theories surrounding them. As we delve into history, let's strive for a balanced understanding of the Rothschilds and their place in the world. The Rothschild family today is pretty much underground. Only a handful of the descendants are out in the public eye, but again in a very reserved capacity. These descendants are mainly known to be some of the richest people in Europe and the owners of some of the biggest investment brokerage firms in Europe. However, several reputed financial journalists have claimed that the entire family functions as a shadow organization today and has a major stake in almost every international bank. They believe that they own about 30% stake in all major banks combined. Rothschild family assets. The Rothschild family has over 1,800 real estate properties spread across England, France, Germany, and other European countries. The combined value of all these properties is over $36 billion. Don't miss Rockefeller family's 200-year-old wealth secrets. The Rothschild family's wealth also includes over 55 luxury yachts, 10 private jets, 13 luxury hotels. The Rothschild family owns an enormous cash reserve of over $70 billion, kept safely within the banks owned by the family itself. Rothschild family stock portfolio and investments. Through direct and indirect means, the Rothschild family owns stocks of every major company in the world. The Rothschild family has a $100 billion fund to invest in stock markets of major nations like New York Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, and also Tokyo. You should see Rockefeller family's wealth secrets. The Rothschild family has a reserve of over $20 billion in US dollars, $6 billion in Japanese yen, and $33 billion in euros. The most notable stocks owned by the Rothschild family are listed: Meta, or Facebook, Apple, Berkshire Hathaway, Amazon, Visa, Starbucks, Bloomberg, Qualcomm, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, PepsiCo, Johnson & Johnson, and Pfizer. Rothschild wine. The Rothschild family has been in the winemaking industry for 160 years. Today, the Rothschild family owns many wine estates in France, Italy, South America, South Africa, and Australia. The Rothschild family is also the official supplier of wine for the Vatican Church, for which they do not charge any fee and provide the wine for free of cost. Check out Rockefeller family wealth secrets. The Rothschild family controls over 70% of total wines sold in Europe, through direct and indirect means. The Rothschild family has earned over $16 billion in the previous 12 months through their wine sales. Rothschild family banks. The Rothschild family controls over 25 banks and investment companies across the world. Rothschild has equity investments in 8 out of 10 biggest financial institutions in the world. M. Rothschild & Sons, an English investment bank, does most of its business as an advisor for mergers and acquisition. Harris Orleans SA is a financial holding company owned and controlled by the Rothschild family. Rabobank Group, the leading investment and private bank in the Netherlands, is also owned by the Rothschild family. Through such control of banks, the Rothschild family was directly involved in the independence of Brazil from Portugal in the early 19th century. Please subscribe to The Luxury World. Thank you for watching.